Bada boom! Grüezi miteinander. Gregory von Lebe Stark here. How are you doing? We are hanging out once again, and I'm having the pleasure to be your host this evening. You know how we do it when we go live. I just want to make sure that everything is working. Yes, you can hear me. This is awesome and good stuff. Friday night. And we got some kettlebell stuff to do. Thank you all for joining. But before we get started, I see you guys are already shooting your questions in the chat. Remember, guys, if you're just joining, type in your questions into the chat, and I will do my best to answer them one by one. I'm taking my time. I'm giving you detailed answers because I love doing this. I love doing that stuff. But before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, you have to do something. If I have been able to serve you some value in these last couple of days, weeks, months, years, depending on how long you have been riding with us, I want to make sure you do this because the algorithm likes it.
Stravo, my name is of no importance to you. Just know this. I sponsored today's video of Lebe Stark. In the back you see my friend Igor. We are both hunting for good kettlebell channels. Make sure you like and subscribe to the Lebe Stark YouTube channel. Or else, comrade, we can't consider you to be a true student of the art of kettlebell training.
Like and subscribe, my friends. You know the drill. So now let's get started. Got some questions. Want to check them out. And then I got something very special for you tonight. I can't wait. So we have 23 people rocking with us in the stream. How awesome is this? Let's start with Jakub Marhula. Master, I have a question for you. Any general tips for kettlebell training designed for a soldier in a combat unit? That's a great question. Well, first of all, I don't have experience as a soldier. I'm not in a combat unit, so I can just give you my, to a certain extent, uninformed opinion. Informed on kettlebells, but uninformed on what a combat unit has to do. Of course, I know what soldiers are supposed to do, but it's hard for me to really understand what type of training you guys are going to do. I just watched I saw an Instagram post. I don't know if you're familiar with Tim Kennedy. I follow him on Instagram, and I like what he does. I like this dude. He was on Joe Rogan. He had a great section where he shared something that was so intense about the war when the United States withdrew from Afghanistan, and then he had a crazy story to share. So I followed him. So I want to make this short. He shared something on his IG that soldiers are having training in tear gas, and then they have to sing, and now people are going crazy about it, and then he made it a huge post. So he said, listen, guys, we have to understand soldiers have to endure battle and stuff that is just not normal to the typical human being. So they have to train them differently. So in that regard, I'm just not informed. But what would I do? I would most definitely make sure that they have a strong midsection. And a strong midsection as a soldier means you just want to make sure that your strongest muscles are always ready to fire. Doesn't mean that you should ignore your arms or your weakest link in the chain, but you get what I'm saying. And this includes light swings, heavy swings, clean and presses, snatches, and just generally exercises that really require you to work with the kettlebell, keeping it in the air. I like a certain training modality that I use, and that is I do 2 minutes of swings, 2 minutes of the clean and press, and then 2 minutes of snatch. So that's 6 minutes of volume. For those of you who are regulars on this channel know, and maybe you've done some workouts, that's how we do our workouts. That's how we strategize them. So that's 6 minutes of volume with 1 minute of break. And the idea in these 6 minutes is to not let the kettlebell touch the ground. And I like these ideas of training. So why is this so, why does this make sense for a soldier? And I would even take it a step further and say, do a 10-minute long cycle set, do a 10-minute snatch set, do a 10-minute alternating clean and press set, do the pentathlon, do everything that challenges your body to an extent where, and here it comes, where your body is giving you signals that you want to put the kettlebell down. And the first line of defense is always your brain. Your brain is always sending you signals before your muscle does it, in generally speaking. So if you engage in training and your brain is telling you, I can't do it anymore, we see this in training when we work with people in real life, is form doesn't break down, but their mind breaks down. You get what I'm coming from? So their mind breaks down and they're like, I can't do it. And then I'll always get the same feedback. I say, listen, put it down if you want to, but according to your form, you're still good to go. So mental endurance, mental suffering, long cycle sets, long snatch sets, biathlons, long sets, strength endurance, where you need strength and power endurance, 10 minutes, or just like I mentioned, the 6 minutes rule. These are challenging, and they're most definitely gonna really challenge your brain. And I remember that, or as I'm thinking back in the pandemic, how I was able to keep a cool head during all these crazy measures and these crazy, just the whole shebang that was going down for the whole fitness business. And I was actually trying to keep my cool, and I was able to do so. I think the kettlebell added to this. And I mentioned this on the last stream when my brother had a very bad car accident from which he recovered, thank God, almost 100%. It's crazy. I have to make a video about this, most definitely. And even then, I was trying to keep cool. I'm not saying that I'm always able to keep cool, but I think the kettlebell and training with it is most definitely adding to the fact that I'm able to keep a cool head in a crazy situation. And I think that's something that a soldier needs. And on that front, if I would add another layer on top of it, I would say, listen, you do the long cycle set, you do the snatch set, you do this 6 minutes of crazy volume, and you don't want the kettlebell to touch the floor while you're working with it. Here it comes, and you want to turn your face into I always say the assassin's face. The poker face sounds cool, but the assassin's face, I love it even more. You don't do this. You are ice cold. Watch how the Russians do the sets when they compete. Ice cold. And you are signaling your body that everything is okay. So the signals come up from your body. It's telling you, I'm dying here. And you're sending the signals back. Keep cool, keep calm, relax, I got this. A very long answer, but I hope it helps. Rat TV in the chat, what's up? Adam. Dario Murga. Why elbows forward in the strict press? What advantage does that have over flared elbows? Let me demonstrate this. It's a great question, and this question gets asked a lot on the channel. And let me demonstrate this. I think I've demonstrated this a couple of times now. But you know what's the good thing about a good story? If you keep hearing it and you keep reciting it, you memorize it, and you always hear a good story for the second, third, or fourth time. So now let's switch to the studio, and I just want to make sure that the chat is running. Give me a second, because I have a little delay, and the systems have to be running. So give me a second, guys. As I'm grabbing the kettlebell. Yes, you guys can hear me. It's important. Oh, but I see that, Guys, you got to give me another second. Wait a second. Got to change the battery. So, you can hear me again, right? And let me just check. I'm sorry for the system that is sometimes it's breaking down, but you know, man, look at me in the close-up. I look funny. Give me a second. As I'm watching it, alright, it's working. So hey, Jakub, here I can give you a great example of what I just preached. I could have just gone mad because I'm always letting these batteries run low. And most of the time they hold on during the stream. But now the battery was showing me, hey, I'm dying. So I had to replace it. So normally when you're streaming, I could be like, oh, I'm sorry. But hey, you know what? Just keep cool. I mean, you guys are with me. I appreciate your time and I don't want to waste it. So I apologize for digressing. But I think that's maybe a minor example of what I just talked about. Now, the question about the press. Let's just check it out. When you press straight up, this is what it looks like. Watch me as I'm demonstrating it. So this is, I think, fairly unique to the kettlebell. And let me grab a lighter one. As you can see, I was pressing the handle up first. That's what we always say. Press the handles up first so that the bell follows. And then the elbows, watch my elbow, what happens. It starts moving like this, okay? So as I'm mimicking my other arm, this is what it looks like. We always say when we work with doubles, or I say, elbows meet or elbows marry. They stay close together. So as I'm racking it, I have the elbow outside of my hip, and as I'm pressing it, I come up. And I'm just slowly externally rotating the shoulder, and I'm pressing the handles up, and now you can see that the bell's pointing down a little bit, and the handle's up. So this is a strict press with the straight arm. Now, the advantage is, let me ask you this question, friend. What is the shortest distance between 2 points? Gypsy fertig. Like. I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes he's going nuts, so I have to. A lot of love, tough love, right? So, the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. So as I'm pressing straight up first, I use the most efficient way to press. So therefore, I'm able to press more reps or for longer sets of time, and I'm able to work longer on my strength endurance, on my power endurance. Now, I can also, watch it, he's a little bit crazy, man. Recently, I don't know, man. If you are pressing like this, okay, we can call this a side press. As I'm moving, not a bent press, as I'm moving away, using some leverage, or I want to stand tall and use more muscle mass. So the advantage of we call it scaption press, or this is side press, using some leverage, or the scaption press. And you can see I always have to work harder. So, advantage of you can call it circular press, or we call it scaption press, scapular elevation press. More muscle gets worked. Not as efficient, but you get more muscles involved. So I hope that answers the question. And now, Let's move back. And let's hope that Gypsy is cool. This guy, man, he's challenging us. But, you know what's funny with Gypsy? The funny thing with Gypsy is I have been able to build a habit. I'm a strong habits guy. I believe that habits are the keys to many secrets in life. And as I am working with Gypsy, I am always telling myself that he's nothing less, or not, I'm using the wrong terminology. He's going crazy, and what it requires from me is always to exert the same habit. Teaching him always the same thing. Doesn't matter how many times he cracks up and goes crazy. And I think that's a great parable to the kettlebell. No matter how many times your snatch doesn't feel right, keep practicing. The moment will come when it starts getting better, and then don't stop. Keep practicing. So here we go. Charles Gray, good evening, y'all. Good evening, Charles. Great to have you on board. Ice Beavis, Ice Baby. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, I can't sing it. Otherwise, the video gets demonetized. The short you just put out on YouTube on the biceps kettlebell exercise where you lower the bell forward from a raised position. How does that work your biceps? Ooh, let me demonstrate. This one. Ooh, this one made quite the rounds a little bit. And let me show you what kind of video or what kind of exercise he's referring to. Let me show. And I've read a lot about the shoulder, read a very interesting scientific review about it, where certain elements that I have been taught or that I learned do not quite add up, but doesn't matter. There's another aspect that I want to talk to you about. That's why I believe there's still biceps work involved. So let me show you. There is an exercise, an old school exercise that is called the crucifix, and the gymnasts call it the iron cross. And you can also do it in a medial line. So let me show you the iron cross or the crucifix first. That's one of the old school strongman exercises. And I'm having light weights. These are two 8 kgs. So my variation is this. Watch it. And then I made another variation. Watch this. Now, the biceps is involved in certain movements of the shoulder. Let's just put it that way. It is a stabilizer muscle in horizontal abduction. Always mix them up. And it's also involved in shoulder flexion, right? But here's where I read the review where it says the biceps is only involved in the first 30 degrees where you raise your shoulders, and from that point on, it's not as involved as in the initial 30 degrees. I'm not a biomechanist, so apologize my expressions. But where most definitely these gymnasts get these big arms from is from a lot of so-called straight arm strength. They do planches, and go look them up and you see what that is. A planche, I think as far as I recall it is they hang in the rings like this. Some guys are stabilized and others just hang like this. They also do it on the floor. They do the iron cross where they hang in the air like this. So they do a lot of straight arm strength work where you have a lot of isolation involved in your just upper body area, and this involves the biceps. And there's a great article on T Nation that says this is the hidden biceps builder, these straight arm exercises, because, and that's funny, as it relates to flexion of the elbow, the biceps is involved most definitely, but as far as I'm concerned, and if somebody corrects me, please do it, it's only about 40%. So this is only about 40% of the biceps. And the biceps crosses two joints, the elbow as well as the shoulder. So it is involved in shoulder movements. However, there are still questions that need to be answered according to the scientific review that I read yesterday. Fascinating stuff. So that's why I'm saying this is a great biceps builder exercise, because we engage in straight arm strength that we borrow from the gymnast dudes. And the gymnast guys, look at these arms that they have. These guys are next level. So I hope this answers your question. And you'd probably be better off asking a gymnast. He's probably better informed than I am. Oh, he's not probably. He's most definitely better informed about straight arm strength. So go talk to and I feel it. I feel it. I most definitely feel it. And when you even push your arms up like this, I feel tension immediately in my biceps, even though it's extended. Fascinating stuff. But most definitely talk to a gymnast. They can help you way better than I can do it. Moira, what's up? Rat TV, if you can't get Pavel on the podcast, then I can substitute. I look like a fat Pavel, but without the kettlebell knowledge. Yes, Adam. Let's go, my man. Matt Hammond, is 90 gains of kettlebells timed sets or reps? It's both, Matt. It's on one hand, it is reps, and on the other hand, it's timed. And let me just allude to what 90 gains really works with. So let me just put up that real quick, because Matt is asking about one of our kettlebell courses. And guys, if you're interested in jumping into our kettlebell courses, I got something for you. Please wait. You got to stay in the stream. Stay in the stream, because don't buy nothing now directly from the site, because I'm coming up with something that you're going to love. So let me just pull that up real quick. And let me see where it is. Just somebody joined again. I love this, man. I think we're having over 2,000 people have subscribed. And of course, not everybody bought, because we have a lot of free stuff as well. But over 2,000 members on the Academy. Wow, I started this thing just recently, and it's taken off like crazy. So let me just pull up the file of the periodization. So in 90 gains of kettlebells, the idea is to build muscle that is practical and solid, that not only looks good, but also performs good. And we have week 1 to 4, we have a mesocycle that is called the strength phase. And in that phase, we do 4 reps, and for time, full body workouts. It's 3 weeks of training, 3 days of training per week, and that adds up to 3 workouts. And we add a deloading week at the end of week 3, which will be 2 days of training. Then, and here where it gets very interesting, in week 5 to 8, we jump into the so-called metabolic phase. And here we engage into 4 reps and for time, the same principle, but we add 1 more day of training. So it's 4 days of training per week. And these are semi-body workouts, because when people ask us, hey, what kind of muscle does the kettlebell work? I believe if you use the kettlebell the way it's meant to be used, you almost always use your full body and almost all of your muscles. For example, a snatch trains almost everything. But in certain areas, you can isolate to a certain extent, which makes sense if your goal is hypertrophy, and that's what we do. That's why I call them semi-body. Then we can just have the body, upper body, lower body. So that's week 5 to 8. And then we have week 9 to 12, which is the hypertrophy phase, and this is 4 reps only. And again, we have 4 days of training per week. So that's a very intense protocol. And the reasoning being is the strength phase, we just want to build up our strength when we get started. Then in phase number 2, the metabolic phase is, metabolic aspects is just building up the substrates of the body. And letting them work, so to speak. And Dr. Brett Schoenfeld alludes to the fact that if you engage in metabolic training, these are, for example, let's take like a long cycle snatch or a long cycle set or a snatch set where you use, let's say, a modest to heavy weight and you engage into 3 minutes of work. I will call this metabolic training because you have a lot of substrates that have to work. It's not just hypertrophy or not just neuromuscular where you want to become very strong. It is a mix. And Dr. Brett Schoenfeld alludes to the fact that this may add in muscle building. And then at the end, the hypertrophy phase is just dedicated towards building muscle. And then we have exercises, which I believe make sense. But at the end of the day, if this was a lot of stuff and you're just starting out and you're like, well, this sounds crazy. What is this? Let me just make it very easy for you. Science agrees on the fact that what constitutes to building muscle, or what is the most important driver of muscle building, they say it is mechanical tension. And mechanical tension is this. This is mechanical tension. And if I now add weight to this, I have increased mechanical tension. So here you go. That's what builds muscle. And on the other aspects, they're not everybody agrees upon the fact, but I'm just listening to Dr. Brett Schoenfeld because he's the leading scientist in the hypertrophy world. And with 90 gains of kettlebells, I just try to bring a tool that is more driven towards building power and strength endurance and use it for muscle building. So I'm trying to combine the best of both worlds. I hope this answers your question, man. Thanks for asking. Mikhailo Popovic, hi all, what's up? Matt, I thought all Swiss were part of their militia, armed and ready to defend. Yes, no. In Switzerland, when you turn 18, you have to go to the military for 21 weeks. And then you always have to do these sessions where you jump back into the military, I don't know, every time, I don't know what it was, once a year or once every 2 years. You go back into the military for a couple of weeks and then you're done. And then you have to work off your due diligence and then you're out. And then you can decide, I think even after the first 21 weeks, you can decide whether you want to do this professionally or not. And I wasn't in the military. When I was tested, I have an additional bony structure that is on my knees that makes it a little bit hard for me to be kneeling. So I had to show it to them and they said, no, you don't join us because we don't want to pay for you if something happens. So I'm not as informed, right? Adam, when should you feel ready to increase into a new kettlebell weight? Is completing a 4-round workout of 6 minutes per round a good gauge for trying a new weight? I think it always depends on your goal. This might sound a little controversial, but I believe certain people never even have to touch 16 or 20 or 24 kg weights. Most people can just work with 16 and 20 and be good with it. In the YouTube sphere, we are always looking for, I want to build more muscle, I want to become bigger, I want to be faster, I want to beat this guy, I want to take part of this challenge. But just had a great conversation yesterday with one of our clients, and I told him, the YouTube sphere is different than the real world people. In real world, people that we coach, they just need some exercise, and we most of the time use some evergreen weights. So, Adam, the question is, what is my goal? Do I want to just upgrade it because I want to get stronger, have fun, and do it? Well, you have to gauge it towards yourself and say, listen, now I'm able to clean and press, strict press a 20. Now I want to pick up a 24 because I want a challenge. Do it. And I would say if the weights get fairly light and you feel like, wow, I'm able to do this for, I don't know. In my case, a 16 is lightweight, depending on what I'm working with, but I would consider it lightweight. And 20 and 24 is moderate weights, and 28 to 32 is my heavy weights. So, but for example, do I ever think about upgrading to a 36 to work with? Nah, I don't think so because I don't need it. And yeah, can't give you a definite answer. What is the goal? Listen to your body and then decide. Hail in the Hoy commenting. What's up, brother? Said many prayers for your brother. So glad he's okay now. Thank you so much. Hey, I sent you a reply to your comment. You got to reach out to our email. It's info@lebestark.ch. Reach out. I got something for you, my man. Nick, does handling a diameter make a big difference? Should I get a 33 or 35 millimeter handle if I have a small to medium sized hands? I'm not even sure what we have. I think we have 35. I can't tell you the difference, man. And I'm thinking about if there is a difference. Of course, grip, yes. If a grip is thicker, yeah, it's harder to grab it. But the funny thing is, if you work with the kettlebell the way we train with it, in many cases, especially with the ballistics, you don't even grab the handle. You just insert the kettlebell, and then I'm always placing I'm closing my fingers on top of the handle, and that's it. I don't even grab it. But I've trained with some different kettlebells, and I don't even know what kind of diameter we have. Aside from the grip strength, that it maybe requires you to be stronger in your grip when you grab it, I think the most important aspect is the window. The window, if the window has that perfect competition size and you're able to insert the hand, yeah, go for it. And medium to small to medium sized hands, I don't even know what that means. Do I have do I have large hands? They always say I have piano hands, and I played piano when I was younger. But yeah, can't give you a definite answer on that one. Hi all, Paul, what's up? Ice Beavis, what brand kettlebells do you use? I use a brand that I've imported from Germany, from one of our suppliers, but we are actually producing our own. And this month they are arriving, and I can't wait. It's a competition kettlebell, but hollow core. And we are thinking about selling some as limited editions because the shipping cost is out of this world. If you want to get one, you have to get ready to pay immense and stupid amounts for the shipping costs. I even paid for our production for the factory in China. I paid more for the shipping than for the kettlebells. But they should arrive this month, and there's most definitely a video up once they are here. So if you're looking for proper kettlebells, make sure it is a competition and hollow core if you have the funds. If you're on a budget, it can be a competition and doesn't have to be hollow core, but then you maybe have to anticipate that they start crackling inside or they start breaking to a certain extent. I hope I was able to serve you some value, man. My main man, I'm trying to, wait. Man, YouTube is so, why are they so, message retracted. Wait. So now I showed you a message. Man, I love Arabic, but I can't read it. So my brother right here, why is the 16? The reason why it wasn't in the chat is because you're saying ASS, and then the chat's like, oh, that's not how we talk here. So here I am. Why is the 16 kg kicking my ass and feels like a lot of weight? Man, let me tell you, I had the same experience because the kettlebell works power and strength endurance. And most people who are used to the typical way of training, the bodybuilding type style, where I come from, kettlebells will kill you because you're not used to working with a weight like this. And ballistics, no bodybuilder does ballistics. So once you start working with ballistics for longer sets of time, your body has to work differently. Different energy systems come into play. And because these energy systems haven't been developed, that's what I'm just assuming because that was my case and it's probably your case as well. That's why a 16 kg is killing you. But give it some time. Angie is in the chat. Schatzi, hallo Gregory, wir sind auch dabei. Melina und Angie, hallo meine Schatzis, what's up? Mora, Gypsy, Matt, Angie, Gypsy. Yeah, Gypsy's being mischievous. He really is, man. Hey, Gypsy, you want to say hello? Come, boy. Come, Schatz. Come here, boy. Okay. Let me see if he wants to say hello. So, here he is. Look at him. Look at him. Boy, now you got the attention. Now you want the attention, boy. Now you got it. Now say something. Say something. Huh? What is it, big man? I love you, big man. Look at him. Look at him. He loves this. He loves this. He loves this. Isn't he a beauty? Isn't he a beautiful boy? Watch it. Big boy. I love you, big boy. I love you. And he's waiting for mama to come back. Gut, de schatz. Du nur warten, schatz. Warte. Warte, schatz. Yeah. So, here we go. Hey, Gregory, Quill. I saw you. Man, Quill, you shared your story about your back, right? And now you're able to move with heavier weights, right, for longer sets of time. Man, more power to you. Gregory, should someone who is heavier set and they want to start training with should someone who is heavier and they want to start training with kettlebells? Wait, I gotta read this properly. Should someone who is heavier and they want to start training with kettlebells, should they choose a kettlebell at the recommended starting weight or should they go lighter? I'm having a hard time to understand your question, Quill. Do you think that somebody is heavy, body weight's heavy, and then they want to start with the kettlebell? I don't think body weight is a defining factor. A defining factor of choosing the proper weight is your fitness level. And you have people who are heavier and who are even maybe obese to a certain extent, but they are considered metabolically healthy or they are even fit. We've experienced this. And still, if somebody starts working with the kettlebell, I would always say choose an 8 kg as a female. It's a great starting point. And choose a 12 kg as a male. And I just want to jump back to the point that I just made earlier. If somebody's metabolically healthy, doesn't mean that it is the proper way to stay at this amount of weight or this amount of fat or whatever have you. It's not healthy in the long run. But you see that there's people who are incredibly fit, who even are a little bit obese. So that's just a plain fact of reality. Mihailo, my forearms feel like they're gonna explode. You know why I'm laughing, guys? Because we had these problems as well. We had them as well. And it was like, oh my God, why does it feel like this? But you know what's good? If you went through these pain points yourself, I know where you're coming from, Mihailo, and I'm able to help you out. Let me tell you, man. I'm able to help you out. When I do a snatch after 2-3 minutes, what am I doing wrong? So let's just jump back to the studio real quick. Just making sure that the system is running. Yeah, it's running. What are you doing wrong? What are most people doing wrong in the chat? I have in the chat. What are most people doing wrong in the chat? In the snatch. Just made a video about this actually, where I'm breaking down the snatch. But most people, I'm just making this really quick. Most people pull from their arms, and then it looks like this. I'm exaggerating. Watch this. Okay, so everything's in here. I'm grabbing the kettlebell like my life depends on it, and there is no hip activation. So if I do this, I most definitely burn my arms, because we human beings are handsy creatures, so you have to learn to loosen up your arms to a certain extent, not 100%. When you're on top in the top fixation, you want to use a lot of strength to fixate the kettlebell, and that's where you need tension. But when you drop it, you want to relax. So let me demonstrate what a proper snatch looks like in slow motion, as slow as I can. Watch. And now watch my upper back first. Just watch my upper back. So I'm using leverage from my upper body, and I'm exaggerating. And as I'm leaning back and letting the kettlebell drop, I'm bringing the kettlebell closer to my center of mass, so the velocity and the drop is not as hard. I'm able to catch it easier. And when I come back up, I use my upper body as additional leverage to bring the kettlebell overhead, right? So using the body as leverage. The second thing that you have to understand is use your hips. Watch my hips. I'm now exaggerating the hips. I see this so many times in coaching. People don't use their hips and it looks like this. Watch. This is how you're supposed to use your hips. Thrust it forward. And the final point is understand proper hand insertion. When you drop it, you grab it in the finger grip. When the kettlebell's overhead, you jump inside the so-called hook grip. Close your fingers. And now watch. See that? No muscles involved. But watch. Muscles involved. See the difference? Great. So, man, I didn't expect so many people to show up. I gotta go fast. Oh, there's a lot of stuff I have to answer. Let's go fast. Jakub, thank you very much for answering my question about the military training. Maybe it could give you some idea for the next video. Yes, great idea, my man. Quill, Gypsy, so cute. Routine works wonders. I do my workouts every morning, and my cat eventually gave up getting into trouble to distract me. He knows the drill. See? They know the habit. Awesome. Quill. Kannst du einen Salto mit der Kettlebell? Can I do a backflip with the kettlebell? I don't think Angie's asking the question. I think Melina's asking the question, right? No, I can't. And I do not recommend for anybody to do a backflip with a kettlebell, okay? Melina, ich empfehle da nicht den Backflip oder ein Salto mit der Kettlebell, okay? I like this. Miv, hello, could you please explain what is the difference in the benefits of doing a one-arm KBS rather, you mean a swing, huh? Man, sometimes I'm reading like a madman. Hello, could you please explain what is the difference and the benefits of doing a one-arm kettlebell swing, I'm assuming, rather than double-handed? Sorry if my English isn't good. Don't worry about it. It's all good. It's a proper question. And let me just make it real quick. The difference. Very short, single-handed swing, in my opinion, and the handstand swing to a certain extent as well, is you work unilaterally. So as I'm swinging with one side, and I have to use a heavier bell, I am thrusting, or I'm using the strength and the power from my hips on my left side. So as I am swinging with my right side, I'm using more force on my left side. Watch this. I could even stay on my toes. Because this leg doesn't have to work. So it's unilateral. You can work one-sided, which may have benefits to a certain extent. And if you use both hands, like this, you are able to use heavier weights, get both of your glutes firing, and build more power, build more muscle, or whatever have you. So these are the differences. I hope this helps. Man, Gypsy. Weißt denn du, Mann? Like. Gypsy like. Like. Gypsy like. Good boy. I have to push through. Sakit. Was dies? Clean snatch. Second transition from the hook grip to the finger grip. Suddenly, fingers hold entire falling weight. Handle rubs against fingers. Are sports bell less forgiving than hard style on fingers? Yes. Cast iron kettlebells have a different grip, and competitions have steel. They're made of steel, and I don't know the English description for this word. I think they're geschliffen. Wait a second. They're sharp, burnished. What, really? Burnished? Never heard of this. Burnished, hauled, all grinded. So the handle is just different. And oh wait, something in my, you see a strange, wait, something blows up our code. What's going on in my widget? Sorry guys, you see this widget, all right? I just saw this. And let me just delete that. Goodbye. So now it's gone. So now, that's funny. It's out. So cast iron kettlebells have a different handle. And so competitions are most definitely more forgiving. And they have a handle that is made for this type of training. Remember folks, John Duquesne and Pavel back in the day created their own idea of a kettlebell. They used the 24 kg, as far as John Duquesne has shared with me, they modeled the 24 kg cast iron for the after the competition kettlebell. I think they're similar in size, but then they changed sizes. So it's an invention from John Duquesne. And they had different ideas and different intents in mind working with the kettlebell. That's why the handle is probably of a cast iron is probably not as well suited for longer sets of time when you work with a snatch. Anthony, are you going to be making any shirts, Gregory? Yes, we actually have, man. We have been making shirts, and we have merchandise. But I got something else to share with you guys. But we have merchandise. Yes, we do have. I think you should see it when you click on the link, right? Shopping. It should say. You should see it, right? Oh no, I have to select some products. I didn't see that. But we have shirts. Yes, we do have. Ice Beavis, thank you for answering my question. You're welcome, brother. The fix is in the house. Awesome. Moira, that's wonderful. Charles Gregory, triceps exercise, what's best? Back rows or behind the head? Back row? I don't think a row is a perfect triceps exercise. In that regard, I would even rather consider it a biceps exercise because you're pulling, right? Best triceps? Press, strict press, or push-ups. Guys, never underestimate. Yes, I'm all about kettlebells. We always talk about kettlebells because we love it so much. But never underestimate the power of a proper push-up. Body weight is most definitely also king. Man, this guy. Vivaf Zanjiri. Hey, Gregory, what's your take on one arm hardstyle swing comparison to the two arm hardstyle swing? And an appropriate weight for one arm hardstyle swing for accessory conditioning for endurance rowing training. Like I just mentioned, I think I just answered this question. Difference is with one side, you have some unilateral aspects. With both hands, you're able to move heavier weights. And an appropriate weight for an hardstyle swing, the weight should always be heavier because you are just doing lower amount of reps with heavier weights. So then I would maybe, if you're already doing rowing and you want to look for an accessory workout, or accessory exercise, I would most definitely maybe jump or start with a 20 kg and see what it feels like. 20 kg kettlebell. And then I would always, that was such a great recommendation from Luca Curcia, who is an SFG2. I think he's also a Strong First team leader from Canada, and he's my brother. And he shared with me, he just recommends doing sets of 10 and don't go above it. If you go above it, you jump into a different energy system, and with a heavier weight, your form is breaking down most definitely. So just use sets of 10. I always use sets of 10 if I do hardstyle stuff with heavy weights. The Ice King in the building. Hey Gregory, if you could only take 3 kettlebells to a desert island, which weight would those 3 be? I'm thinking double 20, 2 20s, and a 32. Yeah, double 20s and a 32. Eros. Hey, just one question. With one hand in 10 minutes with a 12 kg kettlebell, how many snatches can one person make? And how many are possible approximately? The person is around 70 kg, just one hand switch. Just one hand, no switch. Or 10 minutes with a 12 kg. Wow, no switching? Let me think. And I have to just pull up some stats. Okay. Professionals do between 200 and 230 reps in 10 minutes with one hand switch, with heavy weights. So I would assume just one hand, just my guess, maybe 150, 180. Because it's gassing you out and your arm is burning the hell, even if it's only a 12. Maybe 150, 180, yeah? But, when people are pushed, they can always do a little bit more. This is Neil. What is the heaviest double kettlebells you can strict press, strict clean, strict squat? Your opinion on this is really important to me. Double 23 is my ceiling for cleans and squats. Ooh, that's heavy, my man. Wow. And double 20s for press. Wow, that's strong, Neil. Most definitely. So heaviest double kettlebell strict press, mine is 20 as well. I actually never tried double strict pressing anything that's heavier than 20. Did I try? I think I tried the 24. Yeah, 24s. I think I'm still able to do it. With 28 single hand, then my form starts breaking. And then I engage in a side press. I'm also a lightweight dude. And strict clean. What is a strict clean? Do you mean from the floor, power cleans, boom? I would assume maybe 28s. I'm now working with 24s. 24s are really challenging me. I recently worked with double 28s, which was crazy, but I didn't do squats. So squats, maybe, I didn't even try it. Yeah, I'm able to back squat 100 kg, so maybe front squats but it doesn't feel nice. I always get this sensation in my abdominal area when I double front squat with heavy weights, and I just don't like it, or with heavy kettlebells, and I just don't like it, but it's probably double 28s, maybe. Man, you're strong, Neil. Most definitely, my man. Sean, I just want to let you know your videos motivated me to get back into shape. That's great to hear, Sean, man. Awesome. I fell in love with your instructionals a year ago after 12 years of lifting heavy and injuries, and have since dropped 41 pounds. Sean, I most definitely appreciate that message. Awesome. And wow, 12 years of lifting heavy, and yeah, injuries. Yeah, right? It is almost part of the territory, right? When you are lifting heavy, even though when you listen to Ed Cohn, one of the greatest powerlifters who ever lived, he just said, most people lift too heavy for too long, and that's why they hurt themselves. And he never got hurt, he said, and was able to beat all kinds of records. But most definitely, heavy weights, yeah. And is there a point of diminishing returns? I do think so at a certain point. And I don't want to step on nobody's toes now as I'm saying this, but what good is it if you're able to deadlift 400 kilos, but you're not able to run 5 miles without almost dying? Both is important, right? So I'm that kind of dude. But of course, I do understand where people are coming from when they want to deadlift 400 kg. Yeah, because I want it, and you are most definitely strong, but strength endurance is something, or power endurance is something that the kettlebell is teaching you. It's humbling you, like the gentleman shared about the 16 kg. I've made this experience as well. It's very humbling. And strength endurance, I believe, is just as important as strength per se. Man, but thanks, Sean. Joshua, the ladder workouts are awesome. Yeah, they are, right? Any plans on doing more of those types? I got something for you. Stay tuned, brother. I got something, Joshua. Quill, yes, I meant bodyweight wise. You answered it perfectly. Thank you. You're welcome. Lopez, How can I lose weight weekly by dieting? What do I have to remove and add to my diet? I would maybe just do two things. Try to reshift or try to shift focus on weight loss, move away from trying to lose weight, and focus on building strong habits. And keep doing those habits, and the weight loss will come. In essence, focus on the habits, and the results will follow. And most people focus on results instead of focusing on the habit. And if the results don't follow, they give up the habit, which ultimately leads to the result. But when it comes to eating, high caloric foods, my man, we are surrounded by high caloric foods. We live in an area where we have this sugar alarmism, where everybody talks about how dangerous sugar is. And yes, added sugar and too much of it is most definitely a problem. But what some people miss in that conversation is that high caloric foods, and most of the time high caloric, highly palatable foods are a combination between high sugar and high fats. So what are the foods that I would try to reduce? The typical stuff, right? The sugary stuff, the bakery stuff, the pasta, the rice, the bread. Nothing wrong with it, but reducing it most definitely, so that you bring your caloric needs down a little bit. But you can also say, hey, you know what? And I do this, and I love it. It works well for me, is I engage into some form of intermittent fasting. For example, lunchtime is meal, right? So I eat in the morning, breakfast, then I eat lunch, and from 1 p.m. or from 12 p.m. down to 8 p.m., I don't eat anything. So that's 8 hours of fasting. Works very well for me. And cutting away the stuff that we sometimes eat in between, right? You probably know all this, right? I wish I could give you a new or a different answer, but it's most of the time always the same stuff, right? So I hope I'm able to help you out, brother. Elizabeth, hi. I went up in weight and was doing just fine, but recently started bruising my right forearm. Any advice? Maybe your forearm has to just get used to the weights, right? Because heavier weights can be a little bit tricky to the, I always call it soft tissue, skin and all that stuff that we have in here. And on the other hand, it may be that the heavier weight is highlighting a flaw in your form, and now the kettlebell starts crashing, and now you are bruising your arms. While before you were able to circumvent this problem, and now it's highlighted with heavier weights. That's what sometimes happens. Nadia, hi. Gregory, what's your advice on wristbands? As a female, I have thin wrists and find wristbands helpful. Would like to wean myself from it. I use 16 kg, ooh, heavy, for single kettlebell workouts and 12 kg for snatches. Ooh, that's great, Nadia. Weaning yourself from the wristbands, it's something that's not easy, right? Because we got used to that's why I'm saying we got used to a certain technique, and the wristbands allow for improper form to take place, and now your brain got used to it. For example, you're now, with the wristband, you don't feel whether your forearm is crashing. You just don't feel it, because the wristband takes the brunt of the weight, right? And now when you take it off, you almost feel, ooh, now it starts hurting. How to wean yourself from it? Make sure your form is as crisp as possible, and get used to the fact that there will be some discomfort. You will have to get used to some banging, and it might feel a little bit uneasy in the beginning, and as long as it's discomfort, it's totally fine, and you will get better if you're able to improve your form. Gypsy, come here, boy. Wo ist dein Platz, Schatz? Wo ist dein Platz? Schatz, wo ist dein Platz? Wo ist dein Platz? Lieke. So he's telling me I gotta go. I gotta go quick, friends. Man, you guys are asking so many questions. What's going on? Oh, I gotta go faster, guys. I gotta go faster. Question for the bundle. Are the programs doable with a single adjustable kettlebell or you need multiples? No, it's doable with a single adjustable kettlebell, but if you have multiples, you get the most out of 90 gains of kettlebells, but you're able to do it with one. Thank you for the advice. Mikhailo, you're welcome. Adam, who would win in a fight, a bear or a gorilla? Ooh, that's a great question. It's easy. I'm trying to go fast and now you're making me think. I think it's a draw. It's a draw. Adam, thanks again for this Friday. Some really good questions and answers this evening. Yes. Aka, Gregory, is it good to do kettlebell suitcase carry every day? Yes. Why not? It's a powerful exercise. Brian Forth. Brian, I saw you commenting and I replied to your comment. I'm 53 and I've been working out consistently 5 to 6 days a week for the last 4.5 years. What type of training regimen would you recommend for me? I'm not afraid of intensity. Follow our YouTube workouts or check out what I'm about to present to you. But follow our YouTube workouts with kettlebells. They're tough. Hi Gregory, S24, Jishin pull, whatever. I recently switched to a 20 kg cast iron kettlebell, doing 10 sets of 10 hardstyle swing 5 days a week. Awesome. And I'm feeling a stinging pain in my shoulder blade. What could be going wrong? Any tips? So that's 100 swings, right? Maybe it's too much volume. That's 500 swings per week. Maybe your body is telling you that this is too much volume. I don't think it is a form issue, even though it may be if you're not tight in the shoulder. But at the end of the day, that's what I see from experience working with people. Many people have some sort of pain or some sort of, discomfort or some sort of inconvenience where the body is telling them maybe the volume is too high, maybe they have to take a break, or they have to reduce the volume or do a deload week. Maybe try to do 1 full week off, doing nothing, just going on a walk, and see how your shoulder blade feels. Sean, great content. Loving Dan Jobs 10,000 on 20,000 now. Are you on Dan John's 10,000 kettlebell swing challenge? Do it, brother. Wow, my power went up big time. Thanks for your help, bro. You're welcome, Sean. MHMD, one hand swing, 8 kg for 200 is a lot. Yeah, see? Oh, I love it, man. I love our subscribers. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. I said it 3 times. Dragan Kitanovic, brate, what's up? Thanks for sharing your knowledge. Please stream full body kettlebell workouts along with running between supersets for supreme fat loss. I think Dan Jong alludes to this, and I think it's a great idea. To enhance fat loss, here's what I would do. Do an intense kettlebell workout, 20 to 30 minutes, and listen to your body and work according to your fitness. Then drop the kettlebells and go immediately on a 10 to 15 minute walk. I think running in between, maybe a little bit too high with the intensity, maybe then you red zone it too much, and it's maybe a little bit different or dangerous to a certain extent, although you can do it. It's certainly an idea, but I wouldn't overdo it. Sean, do you ever use sandbags in conjunction with kettlebell? I've had great results. How about you? Sandbags are awesome, but I don't use them. Commenting is dangerous. These sessions are always so much fun. I wish I didn't have to work most Fridays. Whenever you're live, it is awesome. Thank you so much, brother. So, ladies and gentlemen, here I go. I got something for you. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Watch this. Watch this. Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta! Columbus Day. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you are celebrating Columbus Day on Monday. Am I right? Yes, I'm right. So, we got something for you. Whenever we have a great festive holiday coming up, because most of our subscribers and clients online come from the United States, I got something for you. Check this out. The Kettlebell Course Bundle. So a lot of you people asked about training. You asked about form. You asked about technique. You asked about muscle building. You asked about fat loss. I got everything covered in here for you. Everything's covered. Watch this. This course bundle is packed with simple, popular, and effective kettlebell workouts, tutorials. You learn how to do stuff. Thorough programming. There's some thought that went into this stuff. So you know exactly what to do and how to do it And this course bundle will teach you an increased amount of confidence in your kettlebell training. I think increasing your confidence with kettlebells is the game changer that I've experienced in my kettlebell journey. Confidence is when you're able to move, or you're at someplace else and then somebody has a kettlebell and says, hey guy, I've heard my man or sister, I've heard you train with kettlebells. Can you show me something? Oh, of course I can. And then you do a couple of snatches and they're like, woo, looks so fluid, looks so awesome. That's confidence. You'll essentially get a full year of supply of workouts and protocols. Full year, friends. 1 full year. Here's what this bundle does for you. You're able to build muscle. You're able to get in shape. You're able to lose fat. You become more confident and you discover the most powerful secrets of kettlebell training. You don't have to spend a fortune. You don't have to spend money on a coach. You don't have to go to a gym membership. You don't have to leave your home, and you don't have to piece together information on YouTube. And then you have this puzzle of 50 different coaches and 50 different opinions, and now you're all confused. Here, I got something that takes care of all of these situations, and you'll love it. Let's go through the courses. Course number 1 is Fan Favorites. This is a compilation of 12 of our most popular kettlebell workouts on YouTube. You'll do workouts such as Pavel's Simple and Sinister, the Power 5 Complex by Scott Iardella, and Dan John's Armor Building Complex. Everything's follow along on video, and you can do it. It's just simple. We filmed it, we went all in, and you can now jump on it and do it. And you know what's crazy about Fan Favorites? People love this so much, and they're huge fans of this stuff. And I can tell you that you're going to love it too, because thousands and thousands of people already love these workouts. So I can guarantee you that there will be some workouts that you love as well. Course number 2, the Hybrid Style Masterclass Lite. This is a practice-based online course for beginners to develop your kettlebell technique and your form in the comfort of your own home. You'll cover over 20 of the most powerful exercises, and you'll learn the secrets of them. There are some secrets. I told you about the hand insertion, right? I told you about the lean back. You'll learn that stuff. The snatch, the clean and jerk, the clean and press, the swing. All these questions that you've asked, they are answered in this bundle. And in every bundle, you have a discussion tab where you can ask a question and we will answer it in a very short amount of time. Course number 3, this is where Matt Hammond was asking the question about. This is a 90 gains of kettlebells, a scientifically based and proven training program that will give men over 30 the system they need to build powerful, profitable, practical, and aesthetic muscle in only 12 weeks. We'll combine the laws of muscle building with the laws of kettlebell training in this course. That's number 3. Number 4, somebody asked this, so powerful. Somebody asked this question in the chat. Hey, when are you doing more of these ladder workouts? These ladder workouts are from Angie. She designed it. They are exclusive to this course, and you're gonna love it. Never Rest is it called. You got it? Ever rest, never rest? Because we think ladders are like mountains. Never rest, huh? I see what you did there. And yes, it is made for ladies, but guys, you can do this too. And it's going to challenge you. It's a 12-week kettlebell course for women over 30 who want to get in shape, become fit, lose fat, and build strength with kettlebells without wasting time and money with a gym membership. All at home. Now, course number 5, the final one, we also had somebody asking this question. Hey, how can I engage in the kettlebell training that helps me lose fat? Hey, what do I have to do with my nutrition to lose fat and lose weight? This is 90 days of kettlebells. Takes care of all these questions. Because here we combine powerful training, powerful kettlebell workouts with some easy to follow nutrition coaching. That's the only course who incorporates nutrition with training. So if fat loss is the goal, this is your course. So I got this powerful course bundle, and all courses come equipped with thoughtful programming. I just didn't smash together some workouts and say, hey, I'll just call it a day and let's do it. No. There's some idea. There's some programming. There's some strategizing that went into this stuff. So here's what you're getting. 5 courses. Over 40 kettlebell workouts. Most popular and famous training methods. Nutrition coaching. A systematic approach to training. A workout schedule for 2 to 3 workouts per week. In-depth tutorials about proper form and technique. The powerful ladder training system. And a workout and protocol supply for over 1 year. If you sign up, you have 1 year covered. You don't have to do anything. You go through these courses, and after 1 year, you are a monster. And you always have the Hybrid Style Masterclass Lights as a reference guide. If you think, what's wrong? Why is it forearm? The questions that you've asked. And now you check out the course, like, this is where my mistake lies. Here's what you need. And somebody asked this about the bundle. A kettlebell. He asked about an adjustable kettlebell, right? Or she. That works with both. And like I mentioned, 90 gains of kettlebells. If you have a second kettlebell, you get the most out of it because we have some workouts where we have doubles, but you can also do it with a single kettlebell. And yes, of course, you need some discipline and some dedication. So here is the dashboard. This is what the course looks like. And what's powerful about the dashboard is, let me just check if everything's running. Yeah, everything's running, right? Everything's running. Yep. Sometimes I'm just, yep. Right. Everything's online. Looks like DVDs, right? But we don't ship DVDs. That's old school. Maybe some of you don't even remember because you're so young. So everything's delivered to you online. Once you sign up, bada bing, bada bang, bada boom, immediate access. And this is your dashboard. This is where you have all the courses. And this is the course system. On the left side, all the chapters and lessons. And if you are working with a workout course, it's divided into days, weeks, and months. And in the middle, you have the video, all the stuff that you have to do. And at the end, you click complete and continue. You have to click this. Do it. Because this builds your habit. And if you're able to do a tick every time you've done something, this tells your brain this is like a reward system. You're like, boom, I did it. Let's click it. Yes, wow, awesome, feels good. Bam, ha. This is a cycle in your brain that you want to continue in order to build a powerful and strong habit. It's not finished yet. And where's Gypsy? Where's my boy? Gypsy? Hey boy! He's just crazy. So here's the bonuses. Warte, Schatz. Warte. You get access to Steve Cotter's private 3.5-hour seminar. I've invited Steve into our gym in 2019. When I've invited him, he shared all these powerful lessons with me. When he shared, Gypsy's nuts. He's just nuts. Hello. Ich bin bald fertig. So when he shared this powerful knowledge with me, I've taped the whole seminar. And since I've taped this whole seminar, you got it now in the course as a free bonus. If you sign up, you get this 3.5-hour seminar that you can watch. And let me tell you, the stuff that I've learned from Steve Cotter was so powerful because he is the basis on all of this. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be able to do what I do right now. So that's what you're getting. That's bonus number 1. But there's one more thing that you're getting. Number 2, you get monthly live kettlebell group classes via Zoom. I'm not joking. You're able to train with me on a monthly basis. You can jump into the Zoom session and have fun with us, and it's awesome. And it's every last Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Eastern Standard Time. And we even think about extending this. So it happens on 10 a.m. LA time and 1 p.m. New York time. It's awesome, and let me show you what it looks like. This is what it looks like. So you have these guys, they were with us just a couple of days ago, and then you join us, and then we have a lot of fun. We have these online sessions, and let me tell you, it's just what you see. I am here, but I see you on the other side of the planet. You're with us, and I can give you proper feedback. So that's what you're getting. The invite is per email only. So once you sign up, the system registers you and recognizes that you are a part of our community now, that you are a member, and then these emails go out to you as well. So here's the value. Now, this is very important. You got to pay very close attention. What you normally pay for the course system is, course number 1, Fan Favorites, is worth $147 and it is brand new. Course number 2 is the Hybrid Style Masterclass. It's up to $199. Course number 3 is 90 gains of kettlebells. That's another $147. Course number 4 is Angie's course, Never Rest, these ladder workouts. It's also $147. Number 5, 90 days, also $147. And like I mentioned, you get Steve Carter's private seminar, which is worth $700. If you would attend in person, you get this as well. And the free monthly coaching via live classes. And that's worth over $588. So you see what you're getting? Bonus workouts, I can't imagine. It's just so much stuff that you're getting. It's all worth $2,075. But here I go. Since it is Columbus Day sale, here's what I'm charging. Not the $2,075. How about $997? That's over 50% off. Nope. I'm charging for this Columbus Day sale, and because I love you guys so much, boom, $297. So that's 85% off. And you can engage into a monthly payment plan of $109 per month for the next 3 months. Where can you find this? You find it as the link in the description. And matter of fact, I'm going to share it in the chat right now. Let me just jump back real quick and share this in the chat so you have it as well. And this is such a powerful bundle. And let's see where it is now. I'm just jumping back and see that I can share this with you. And here it is. It's still running. And let me share this with you. Let me share this with you in a second. Man, I should get this a little bit earlier. So here we go. Here's the link. Boom. And here it is in the session. Bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. So here you go. And I'm pinning the message so you can see it. So this is where you are getting that stuff. So let me just jump back and finish this real quick. So the $297, this is what you're getting. All of that stuff. 5 courses, Steve Carter's private seminar, monthly live workouts. I'm not joking. You're able to join them via Zoom with us and train with us in a group setting. The bonus workouts and the Kettle Nights podcast, that's added to it, and no ads. I just recently had somebody commenting and said, hey, why are there ads on the videos? Well, the reason why there are ads on the videos is to keep the YouTube channel running. But with our course system, no ads, no nothing. So it's $297. And you want to jump into it right now because this is not here forever. Whenever we have a sale, we'll let it run for a couple of days, but then it is gone. So all these questions that I've answered, you got them answered in the course system in even greater detail. And here's a guarantee. A matter of fact, just recently, somebody asked about it and was able to use that guarantee. So the guarantee is easy. You don't like it, after you pay, you get the money back. Simple as this. And I just did it recently. Somebody said, listen, I'm just not in the right spot right now, and I don't think I can use this bundle. And he joined on the last sale 30 days ago. And I said, you know what? Yeah, refund, here you go. Because if you're not happy with the content that we are providing and you paid, then I do not want to keep your money. And the only condition is it has to be inside these 30 days. Buy it, try it, use it, and if you don't like it, money back, and you can keep the course. Why am I able to give you such a crazy guarantee? It's because we have a solidified coaching concept. And because I have so much trust in this training system and in this concept, that is the reason why I'm able to give you such a guarantee. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to. 99% of people who jump into this, they love it and they use it. But maybe some people say, hey, listen, the headspace not right. So yeah, that's what it is. So enroll now. Use the link in the description or in the chat. Bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. You gotta do it. 85% off, guys. 85% off. Come on. Come on. You can't say anything about this, right? 85% off. So now let us finish the stream. We're almost done. What's up? Say hello.
Hello.
Sag etwas.
What's up? I have to go to the toilet.
Ja, den Gang. Den Gang. So let's just finish this up. Let's just finish this up, ladies and gentlemen. So let's see if we have some more questions and then we're done. Roberto Alvarez, hi from Brazil. I'm seeking good references and I've arrived here. Nice work. Sorry for my rusty English. Hey, it's all good, man. And I appreciate that you've joined. Awesome. Charles, thanks for the advice. Press as it is, most definitely. I'll be celebrating Columbus Day at work. Yes, do it, do it. Jon Snow, love you, Greg. You've helped me transform my body. I'm stronger than ever, and I'm pushing constantly thanks to your consistent video output. I just did the Everest workout. Much love. Bada bing, bada bam. Awesome. Paul, I'm not celebrating Columbus Day. Don't even know what that is. Yeah, I just saw it. It is an official American holiday. Maybe not all the states engage in it, but we have this sale, and it's live. I don't care whether people celebrate it or not. It is live. You have to engage in it, and you have to use it. So, Pode, I resisted the last offer, but I guess this time it's too juicy. Just as Steve Cotter seminar is too sexy. Most definitely. And you know what? We've had somebody saying, they said, hey, you know what? Just Steve Cotter seminar alone is worth the money. And let me tell you, it most definitely is. But like I mentioned, a full year supply, ladies and gentlemen, a full year supply of training. If you would start with course number 1 and then work through it, you be working a full year straight. That's what it is. Thanks for the answer. Aka, you're welcome. Moses Duncan in the building. Perfect economy of kettlebell movement. Amen, brother. I just have doubt on the lifetime access. Like, can you download the videos or they're just accessible on the platform? They're always accessible on the platform. So lifetime access means you'll have lifetime access until the internet explodes. If the internet explodes, your access is gone. Other than that, it'll stay most definitely. Dinosaur Lover, OMG. OMG, whoa, whoa, got you live. Been following you and Angie for ages. Love your workouts and tutorials. Best coach. Oh, awesome, brother. Dinosaur, I love your purchase, but life here is now so expensive with inflation. We have lost most definitely, man. The current climate, it's mad. It's mad. Mike, which swing is the easiest to learn? I would say we always use the hand-to-hand swing with everybody. And the easiest swing is the one that you can do as quickly as possible without having to focus too much on technique. And when it comes to swinging, just learn how to hinge, learn how to properly engage in a hinge, and then you're almost good to go. And then just keep going. It's all about hip activation. And don't get lost don't burn yourself on the altar of technique, because it's just not worth it. Angie has a bathroom break. Thanks again, Greg. Ja, you're welcome, Quill. Michael Kurz gekauft. Uff, Grüße aus Laufenburg. Aargau, hey, liebe Grüße zurück, Michael. Hey, mega cool. Schwyz in the house. So lauft. Awesome. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for joining. 90 minutes of streaming and hanging out with you guys. It's awesome. Don't forget, let me finalize this, make this really clear, that you want to use this right now. You want to use this right now. Check this. This is what you're getting in the Columbus Day sale bundle. 5 courses, Steve Carter seminar, free monthly coaching, bonus workouts, worth $2,075, and you get it for bada boom, $297, 85% off, or a payment plan of $109. Do it, ladies and gentlemen. Link is in the description or in the live chat. This is a limited offer. It's gone soon, so decide quickly and fast. Once the sale is off the table, it is off the table. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you so much, and don't forget to do this before we leave.
Stravo, my name is of no importance to you. Just know this. I sponsored today's video of Lebe. In the back you see my friend Igor. We are both hunting for good kettlebell channels. Make sure you like and subscribe to the Lebe YouTube channel. Or else, comrade, we can't consider you to be a true student of the art of kettlebell training.
Bada boom. So that's it. Thank you for joining. I love you all, and I'll catch you on the next Friday live. I'm trying to really follow this as on a weekly basis. Thank you so much. Sending you a lot of love, prayers, strength, and power, and I'll catch you on the next one.
If you're looking for kettlebell courses that can help you lose weight, build muscle, and improve your kettlebell technique, then check out the Lebe Academy. Let us help you discover a new perspective on kettlebell training, making it simple and easy for you to understand. Join the waiting list of your desired course now and secure your spot when it's open for enrollment. Link is in the description.